It's a sweaty August. Doing it in the Sweat Lodge studio. Sweat Lodge. .studio.
Clusterfuck
So
Studios.
sweaty, we're dropping devices in here. Getting these pre-roll ads out. Hashtag GirthyRI. Hashtag 69B2B. Support the businesses that support you. You do a review for us. You send us a screenshot. Eric and I will 69 you back.
69 each other.
We'll give you a 5-star back. That's a 2-for-1 Eiffel Tower deal.
That's 69 hashtag Eiffel Towers.
Yep.
Take a knee, bitch.
That's a lot of hashtags, guys. Can we geek? Is that really loud or is that my...
Really loud.
It does
Okay.
the volume thing where it's like 1 to 10 is the real volume, 10 to 99 is nothing, and then 100 is 1,000.
Well, just for the audience, we're getting in the this is just the pre-show. We're just got to get the ads out of the way. We get into the real business. Grasshopper, try grasshopper.com/sweat. Get that business phone line and get $50 off for you, my friend. When you go to this link, it is not HTTPS. It is HTTP. It's going to look like we're sending you to something that could steal some information. That's why it's giving you this warning on a lot of browsers. I can't fix it. I don't know what to do. But try grasshopper.com/sweat. I guarantee it works.
Should we stop saying that, though? Maybe?
Yeah, no, well, I've had people that have gone
choose
to
for
it
themselves.
from listening to this podcast. They go to it, and then they're like, fuck this. So I'm going to throw that out there every
Okay.
now and again.
Plow through.
I'm gonna keep plowing like
Plow
Mr.
away.
Plow. What's that name? It's Mr. Plow. Go freshbooks.com/sweat. That is the alternative to QuickBooks and Xero. Get that deposit. Get your invoices at direct deposit the next day. Unlike QuickBooks and Xero, go freshbooks.com/sweat. Warby Parker. I am wearing Warby Parker glasses right now. They were $95. They sent me 5 pairs. If my horse head can find some eyeglasses that work, I gave him my prescription.
The best and equestrian eyewear there is. Warby Parker.
Boom. Eric's having a stroke. WarbyParkerTrial.com
I know what I said.
/sweat. All those help put a little shekels back into this show. Eric's got a podcast called The Incremental. A little wellness, a little business, a little how are you going to get better? By turning off your phone, turning off the notifications.
Learning the
with our
first
guest,
time.
Henry Hollingsworth of allday.io. I've got my college football podcast started back up called the 3XO Triple Option and digital agency for any consulting work. We do it via video on a Zoom conference call. We do it via email, whatever it be, in person if you're in the Tampa Bay area. That's Tocobaga, TOCOBA.GA. Are you ready to get this motherfucker started?
What about my sweat equity?
That's how you do pre-roll.
Sweat equity.
I'm the Ray Lewis of pre-roll. Woo! Where's my smoke machine? Hotty toddy, bitch.
Sweat equity.
Woo! I do get fired up now.
I know, right?
If
So
I
much
can get
better.
through that without really,
What about my sweat
Yeah.
equity?
without really eating it too hard, I get really prideful at the end.
It's really a lot better than what you picked.
Yeah, I like, and kudos to you for picking the music. Shout
Stealing
out
the
to
music from HBO, no problem.
John. Yeah, we probably. Do we get taken
Not
down
the
for
first
that?
time.
Do we get?
Stole that one from HBO too.
Are we getting ripped off of YouTube or Facebook for that, or
No, actually.
No, we're not big enough.
No.
Behind the glass, producing the show, John Paul LaBubble, Tampaniac Pictures.
Video productions.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't forget to mention.
Oh, video production. Go to Tampaniac. What is it? TampaniacPictures.com
Tampaniac.com.
or just Tampaniac.
Yeah.
Like you're a
Just telling them
maniac
what
for
I do.
Tampa. Tampaniac, right?
Yeah. We didn't think the name out too hard, if you
So-
could tell.
Someone threw out that might be confusing a while back, but no big deal. Brand names are hard sometimes.
It's too old. We can't change it
You
now.
definitely could change. You can change it
Nope.
tomorrow.
No, you can just. We're not changing it.
Yeah, you can change it.
That's why I'm
Stated.
telling them what I do.
We
Right.
can redirect the URL. I know how to do it. I'll help you all out. No big deal.
I know how to do it too, but we're not changing the name.
Well, working, not really a guest, kind of working, pitching in. If he hears anything, the fourth mic is Henry Hollingsworth all day.
What's up, gang?
.io. He was like, I can't be a guest. We're just like, hey, just we'll
do
put
it
a
or
mic
get
up.
out.
If you want to
That's what
pop
he
in,
said.
snipe out some stuff we're talking about, by all means.
I'm
But
on the execution side of the sweat equity right now. I'm actually putting in the work.
Look, man, I like having a beehive of activity of work around us. I like when we've got a lot of people working in this office while we're recording. I don't know, something about like I like PTI when they have all their guys when they're doing the remotes and you can see the newsroom behind them. There's something I like about it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You see Woody Page on Around the Horn.
They're all actors.
Yeah,
Moving
at that
coffee cups from one place to another. Oh.
Hey, but I like it. It's like, hey,
You
they're
get
doing
that memo?
stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I
not,
got the memo.
they're not BuzzFeed. That's the Denver Chronicle or whatever it is.
Oh, sure.
The Mountain News.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain News.
Those are all AI written articles.
Yeah. Or
No humans writing articles
Levitard
anymore.
and Miami Herald. Yeah, I like it. I like there's just people doing stuff.
He's a robot.
He's a robot?
It's all robots.
Whoa,
in
man.
the news industry these days.
What?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
They pump out all these AI articles, and then editors just edit them.
I think Eric's officially gassed. I think he's out of things.
I ran out of stuff, so everything's robots now.
It makes sense to me. Cyborgs, I think, is the accurate term. But
Okay.
Were we there yet? Is that what's going on?
yeah, man.
Do y'all believe that your consciousness will be uploaded to something?
So right now you have the ability.
Oh man, I got
Hank,
Henry
he's
in.
got an answer
You're
locked
not,
and loaded,
You're not
baby.
working at all, bro. I got you done.
No,
You're
I could-
dead to rights,
done.
man.
I can be in and
I
out.
see the twinkle in your eye.
I can be in and out. But think about it. Like, we're already at the point where we can put a brain implant in our head to where if we don't have a limb or we've lost a limb, we can add what do you call it? What do you call that thing? An extra limb that's
Appendage?
A
what's
prosthesis?
yeah,
Prosthetic?
Thank you. So the robotic prosthetics today with the brain implant allow you to physically control the grip, the fingers, the weight, the
Yeah.
touch. You can even feel. So they've already addressed all of that with this brain implant and the prosthetic itself. So
yeah,
like,
they've got haptic feedback.
we've already
you
haptic
touch
feedback.
it and it makes you feel like you're pushing down harder on
Correct.
something.
Here's how dumb I am sometimes. I didn't know haptic was a real word until the Apple Watch. I was like, make this shit up.
Mhm.
What does that
Yeah.
word mean?
Dude, haptics is the
What is
coolest technology. So it's real time feedback. So another example of haptics is like a incredible surgeon in somewhere on the other side of the world,
India,
in
let's say.
India, could work on somebody here in America through the robotics. Doing real-time haptic feedback, meaning she could be as precise in India working on a patient here because the programming communication using blockchain and all that stuff allows us to have a processing power that can do it in real time.
Table that blockchain. I got a question about that. But we do have one of the best haptic technology. I didn't know it was called that. I just thought it was remote surgery by robotic arm or whatever. I don't know what to call it. But USF has a huge endowment and huge technology background for doing this kind of surgery where you can do it from another country.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If you do it through Skype, you're fucked because that almost never works. Something will like.
Yeah, I don't think they go through Skype.
Well, you got to do something, right? There has to be a better like ISDN line that used to be, but
They've taken care of it. Better, smarter people
But
have
isn't
already
that-
thought of this.
isn't that
thing.
interesting? That like as much as Tampa gets a lot of guff for being just like another Florida town, we have like kind of the leading innovation in that area, just
Yeah.
like literally within 2 miles from the studio.
Yeah, go Bulls.
The Brahma Bulls.
McGrath.
What is the blockchain? I can't explain it to anybody. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what it is.
So it's
Is it a pronoun?
it's
Is
a
it
it's a
brand?
computer, but it's just a supercomputer, and it uses more like we're starting to get into the realm of like quantum physics because we're using processing power that has processing bits that are on a neuron level, right? So like in the quantum field, so like that amount of power allows it to power a supercomputer, which is just a bigger box with motherboards.
I know what you're saying, but for the audience that doesn't,
So what blockchain then? So that's the foundation. That's the framework, or like that's the hardware for it. But
Okay.
like once and it's just a box of motherboards, and it runs hot. Like you have to have a dedicated AC unit on these things all the time. So it's a very expensive upkeep.
So when people are mining for Bitcoin and the people that own like these apartments in Brooklyn
Yep.
where they're just all they're doing is
Yep.
getting crazy HVAC units
Yep.
in there
Yep.
just to get off the servers.
Minimum, they're paying $25,000 a year for upkeep.
And then they went to Iowa and bought old grocery stores
Yep.
because the freezer temperature they could just get it, and
Yep.
then the winter it's not nearly as bad
Exactly.
because the servers heat. What the hell? How is it? heating up so much? I guess it's like your laptop.
It's so hot. Well, you mean think about it. It's like, so this is a computer, your laptop. We're talking about a supercomputer. So it's like a bunch of these together.
So your
running
friend with that
super
old
fast.
Mac that's like, no,
Yeah.
it's still good. It's
Yeah.
a 2012. Can you fix something?
The fan running is a good thing.
Yeah.
Whereas in your laptop, it's not a good thing. But I will say that, like, so what it is like, as a framework in the software world, is like, it's the same thing as like the framework of the universe, and not just in the way of like, you can't go backwards, you can only go forwards, and you can only influence, future. And that's why cryptocurrency works in the way where it's like, you can't change how what's happened with past transactions, but you can change the market of how cryptocurrency, scales and grows and changes. And the power of that is only possible.
Dude, I'm cutting you off, but look at you just dropping knowledge, and this is on the side. You were like, I'm just going to work. And you're just throwing this out there without.
I got an
prep.
email drafting right now. It's separate.
Are you doing both at the same time?
I wish I
you
could
a
type.
sophomore?
I wish I could type and talk like two-track minded. I can't.
So
Yeah.
what is it? What are the computers actually doing though? Is it? It's like
It's
it's like
like-
making calculations to
Oh, good.
check
You changed your
against
mic.
itself.
Well,
What
I mean, no, it's just handling the processing. So like, you still have like
processing of what?
of data. So like, they can okay, so for example, with a blockchain computer, they took 300 trillion gigs of data, right? Data can consist of content, images, but really just databases of information. So they
I
can
understand what data
but-
is.
right.
I'm not that stupid.
Well,
Henry.
I wanted to go ahead and
Jeez.
break it down for the layman of you. Anyway, sorry about that. That was rude.
We got some people listening
So-
that look. This is blockchain.
Got some idiots listening out there. Don't worry.
So you take
know
that
who you are.
take that 300 trillion gigs of data and you drop it into a properly set up blockchain framework, and it can return that, and it can fully upload it in like 0.04 seconds. Right? Like, that's unheard of with anything else. That's what the blockchain is for. It can process it in almost real time, as fast as we can process it as humans perceptually.
So it's a distributed ledger, right?
Okay.
Right. I mean,
Distributed.
part of the thing
It's
is
like a content delivery network, and it's like a shared network of a bunch that can work together in maybe how you just described it.
So it's the big thing is, to me, is it's decentralized. It's a peer-to-peer thing.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And
It's a
there's
dedicated unit.
going to be a whole legend about who came up with it or who invented it. There's Nakamoto is like the mathematician. They think.
Yeah.
Because it's like one big puzzle that no one
Correct.
can break, right?
Correct.
Not even him.
Correct.
And-
Well, I mean, because it's scalable. I mean, the reality here is that, like, the universe is able to process this at the same power as the blockchain. Like,
Right.
that framework is a fractal, right, in that way. But like, so that means that like that code is like almost impossible to crack. It's like saying continue finishing pi 3.14 blah blah blah
I've
blah
done
blah.
it. I did it.
Right.
I did it, bro.
Obvi.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that, right? It's like you can only crack the code up to a point. We can continue to push it, but we have to just continue to get more and more in the quantum kind of idea of, just because we're talking about a quantum computer, we're just getting hotter, it's getting harder to cool down, and we've just got to figure out where that.
And the
It's-
fact that it has this exponential layers that keep growing, that's what makes it quantum, right? Just like quantum physics.
Well,
Essentially,
yeah,
there's
so-
other dimensions.
So on a quantum level, or on like a neuron level, like it's called spontaneous, spontaneous construction or something like that, where literally the particles begin to build themselves spontaneously without any other direction. So it happens autonomously. So like, we can only control, that's what quantum is. It's like on the
Okay.
neuron level, it's like it's spontaneous because it's happening autonomously, right? And so
Look, I know Scott Bakula, bro. That's the only quantum I understand.
so every single chunk of matter and
I got it.
particle,
Nice.
Quantum leap.
every
Got it.
single particle, we only know what 1% of it does, right? So the rest of it is autonomous. So same thing with computers. Like, we can only control it up to a point, but it's just pushing what's possible with how we can power it, and that's like the challenge.
I'm sober and I feel high now.
I have
Like,
no
this is a-
idea. I feel stupider now.
Sorry.
than
Dude,
I
good for
did
you,
when I
just ripping
started.
through that
Sorry.
with no prep. You weren't even gonna come on. You're like, nah, and then you're just able to just rip through that,
Thanks, man.
dude. I'm impressed, and I'm a little bit more confused, but that's. Look, curiosity is a big thing too.
Well,
like
like-
we can't explain everything on the show anyway, so it's kind of like just to kind of get that flint going and going. Hey, you want to learn about this a little bit more? Here's might be where to start.
Right.
Kind of, I'm on Wikipedia, just kind of getting the basics.
Right. And I mean, really, the place to start is like, it's not necessarily a quantum computer when it's a supercomputer, and you kind of just build those layers. But at a certain point, that processing power, it requires, that kind of quantum step. But all said, like, to get started, it's, I mean, cost wise, it's probably like 25 for the first supercomputer, 25 grand for the first supercomputer. And then that first year is going to cost you 25 grand to pay for all the power of powering it. And upkeep. And so like it's a $50,000 in the door get started, but obviously crypto is where people are using it because there's such a good return.
It's the sexy one, right?
It's the
supply
sexy
chain isn't sexy.
But
Hey man, there's supply chain management. It's
Right.
quantum, bro.
right.
Yeah, you like
right.
shipping?
You want
Mhm.
dude, that sounds like the new
You want
razor,
to
right?
not know where it's going to be next week?
You like
We don't.
logistics?
Dude,
Ooh.
is there like a mock quantum razor? I feel like that's like what a quantum feels like. to me.
Probably.
But but anyway, I feel like we're getting to the point where crypto is one source of it, but it will, as it becomes easier to construct and easier to kind of manage, it will have all these other different purposes for things
Yeah,
like
okay.
we need in real time.
Well, I just saw a thing about like, I think it was Andrew Yang said that the
Mhm.
voting machines should be backed up by blockchain technology, or I don't know what it would be.
Interesting. Well,
Like
yeah.
encrypted, I guess.
Well, what did
How would that work? What is
So,
that?
so what it allows us to do is like actually have a digital flow map of the actual events that transpired. So it's like there's like a digital imprint of everything that happened, and we can prove that it was properly done, and we can also create parameters that people can't break because it's all encrypted too.
Yeah, he was
So-
actually talking in relation to like we should be able to vote from our phones.
Oh,
like
interesting.
like
that's-
using blockchain.
Yeah, that's
encryption
really
to
the
vote
step.
from our phones.
That's a no-brainer.
So by being decentralized, it'll in peer-to-peer would have an almost an open source kind of workflow where you can go backwards as like if you had to figure out what's going on, you can go okay. It's like the opposite.
Kind of like
a-
Google Analytics and like a user behavior flow map. It kind of, you can just track it, and then it has all these IDs at specific points so you can identify
Well,
what's going on.
I always try to think of the flip version, the contrarian in me always tries to think of the opposite of that. I'd say Tor browser would be the opposite, right?
Right.
It's like you're trying to conceal in a VPN,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Because that's the idea of not having any of that seen. Those are coming up a
That's
lot more and more.
That's more similar.
Right. And so, right, in a weird way, they're closer together because they're opposite than they are
Correct.
actually. The enemy of your enemy is your friend. But yeah. Oh, you haven't
Felt like I
heard
haven't
that news
contributed to
noise.
this.
I was digesting
Did you think that was one of us?
I thought it was cute.
But yeah, that's interesting. I think it's gonna. I for whatever reason we're weird about moving technology forward with voting. I don't know why. I get it, but I mean, like, if you have contingency plans, if it doesn't work, right? If there is some kind of break in,
Apparently, these things are pretty hackable the way they are now, the computer versions. But it's like they either got to take a step forward or step back. Whatever they're doing now doesn't seem to be.
there's got to be a
super
better
secure.
system to do it.
So,
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
have
on
you,
the phones. Don't even make me leave my house.
have you guys seen the Great Hack?
Voluntarily too. Yeah,
Take your face.
I-
take it.
I had it
Selfie.
on when y'all had it on in here.
Dude, so that is an interesting component to bring into the voting conversation with this using blockchain as a part of it. But like, oh my goodness, it's unbelievable how nobody really was able, like, Congress and Facebook, that meeting was a perfect example of like how people don't understand how technology and Facebook and things work, but the people that do, there are these loopholes, and this is one of those loopholes that is they literally break it down in this documentary called The Great Hack on Netflix, and it is overwhelming. Like it features this company called Cambridge Analytica, and they are a company who creates a Facebook survey that targets, Facebook ads support targeting to get up to 300,000, I think it was, people to fill out this survey.
Mm-hmm.
But they were also, just because of how Facebook and its API works and how you can write code to kind of fully capture information and get targeting data and whatever.
Creepiness level.
The creepiness label. So, and then it came to how many data points can we collect on any one person that we can capture. So, but not only are they capturing the 300,000, not only rather are they scraping the data of the 3,000 people that filled out the survey, they're also scraping the data of all of those people's networks. Every single one of them and their networks, every person gets scraped there too.
Yep.
So they get, I forget what the exact number is, but they get, I think they have to have whatever the number is up to a certain amount of people, I think, but they have 5,000 data points across, millions of people at this point. And that's what they go and sell. And it's behind the Brexit campaign. It was behind the Trump campaign. And it was, it support the data there is what has basically broken the system because it is proprietary data and private information. And then the people who couldn't be reached through any other outlet in the entire world but their freaking Facebook account are getting incorrect and false data through targeted ads that are meant to target them specifically through something. Final point is the craziest part. Through something called psych ops. And this is what's been breaking my brain lately that I've just been kind of learning about. Psychology operations. It's a government founded branch. And what they do is they basically, it's brainwashing, mind hacking, that type of stuff.
Marketing.
And that's, so when government and corporations and these entities they hooked up in terms of sharing information as well. And what is the most effective and how can we make this the most lucrative relationship? And so, gosh, it's amazing what happened. But this data and psych ops and these couple of other components, you put them together and you can target and literally own the conversation through Facebook and through these things that have more data on every single person than anything else in our government or anything else. Like the government can spy on us, but they can't compile what Facebook compile. Yeah.
So
that was a real one.
Sorry about that.
No. It's scary, right? To feel like it's funny. We've talked about this before. It's funny that all the futuristic movies are, the government, there's some big government coming to get us. The weird thing is we voluntarily gave it up.
Correct.
Right?
Most of us,
the
when
movie
we were
never
younger,
depicts us like being like, oh, I'm going to humble brag
Correct.
on social media.
Correct.
While giving up my position, everything about me when I make a profile.
It's funny because we all kind of backed into it too, if you think about it. Like MySpace set us up to like fill out some surveys and let people know about us, as well as like kind of customize it a little bit. But nobody was thinking about where that data was going, and there was no conversation about it ever. And it was just, it's
they didn't
not
know what to do
it's
with it.
not,
Right,
it's-
or was
it's-
it even a bad
it's
thing?
not even
that somebody
right.
plays to their ego. Look
So
at me, I'm kind of famous on MySpace.
So again, that's more
Exactly.
psychops if you really think about it, just not called that. It's just we're playing to the narcissism of everybody, which is for the most part, really all those things were about getting laid, right? MySpace was
Correct.
about it, Facebook was
Everything
about
was
it.
so-
So
Or not,
everybody
whatever.
had a different incentive, but like everything,
We're all monkeys, stupid monkeys.
every single thing in life serves more than one purpose. So like our intention is one thing, but Facebook serves so many purposes, right? And
Well,
so,
when they went mobile, though, that's when it really
true.
stepped up. And
That's
when
true.
you saw the investment they were making in mobile, you're like, why? So, like, at the time, it was kind of crazy. They were deflecting a lot of
Yep,
bids to
yep,
get bought out, right?
yep.
And you're like, what the fuck? And this is back in the day, they had these crazy bids going
Yep.
to them. You're like, they're turning down what?
right.
To do what? And
Right.
he's like, no, we're reinvesting in mobile. And you're like, oh, you get it. It's
Yeah.
a low jack.
Yep, exactly. And then I
You
feel like
got this thing, mobile, the phone is and we're addicted to phones. I'm trying to write a
Mhm.
bit that like, it kind of goes the other way. I'm trying to take a thought and try to spin it the other way. I'm surprised we're not on our phones fucking more. They're awesome. They're like, if you could imagine a Game Boy that also could help you get you
don't even
laid.
say that.
Right? But I mean, if you think about it,
Sorry, I'm interested in this thing that has all the information in the entire world.
this thing
ever.
is so
at
much
the tip
cooler
of my
than
finger.
almost everything.
It needs to not be a phone then. Like it needs to be augmented, because what we're losing is like
It's a
touch with
smartphone.
reality.
Yeah.
Like if we could be like here and it's in our vision, it's different.
No, I think we're finding like booze. There's got to be some people who can't handle it. There's got to be people that, hey, I'm going to put my phone down for certain times.
That's me, man.
It's gonna be weird because Moore's law, everything's going at an exponential speed. And we can't keep up with it with the technology. But like, I do feel like I hear a lot more people talking about, hey, when I'm home, I put my phone down, or like at night, no screens rule, or something like that, because it's making people a lot more miserable. And
Correct.
Oh yeah.
and to help anybody out there that's like freaking out about the what Henry was kind of throwing out there, the fire and brimstone, he is a big hater. Everybody should know.
What fire and brimstone of what?
Well,
Who?
just the fear of how this data could be used against you. I
Oh.
think
Yeah.
that was the thing you didn't get
I
to.
see.
As a coder, I unfortunately see all sides of it, but I also like there's like good things too. Like AI is not to be feared. You know, AI
agree.
is going to be in total control. Like AI is not going to take over because we don't even know as people and biologists fully how the human body works. So
I
we
think
can't even
it's
give that to
As salacious as Kim Kardashian's at Kardashian. I'm from Chicago.
Kardashian.
I got a mustache. I just grew a mustache. Hey, you guys want some sausage? No, but I think it's as salacious as Kim Kardashian's ass in a different way. The fear of robots taking us over is something that's been always kind of out there pretty much in our lifetime in fiction, right?
Correct.
We
And
just want a new enemy.
Well, we want it's
We've
fun.
conquered all the
It's
other.
fun to
animals
talk
and shit.
about in a weird way. The fear of all that in a weird way of like Survivor Man style, right?
Yep.
Where you're like, if I was him, I don't know if I could do this. Like, and my thing is always like, yeah, we discount if you think there's going to be an AI robot attack. We always kind of discount that we won't figure out another solution to that.
Right.
The ability for us to kind of figure out
We'll figure out
how
some
to-
kind of homemade bombs that make them explode pretty easily. You know.
But I mean, like
80s
that's
style
if you listen to any
montage,
conversation or
build
any
bombs.
podcast talking about like the fear of the AI and all that stuff, it's like we never bring up the solution part because it's not fun to talk about.
Yeah.
That we
We'll
are
have our
good.
own fighting
We
robots
are
to
good
fight
like a
the other
metronome. We are good about just as humans figuring out. Okay, industrial revolution was killing a lot of people. What if we make the machines a lot better and more efficient without humans?
Yeah, we cover up all these gears and things that
Maybe
suck in body
less
parts.
child hands in there.
Yeah, and maybe we hire
You know?
people over 18.
Less soot helps profits. Maybe
Less
so.
children
Like,
running the machinery.
I feel like things. I'm not saying that's a good kind of reliable that'll help you sleep at night kind of thing, but I'm saying like
It is it's true.
I feel like there's a metronome that goes back
Oh.
and forth. That fear, I think maybe this is the American in me. I feel like we'll figure out an answer.
yeah.
What
to
I
that.
think we'll be able to really achieve from a human dynamics level with AI is like a little buddy, right? Like we can get the personality component down. We know how to build like the social dynamics, and like already AI is built into the messaging and chat boxes and built into interact. We can already AI can take phone calls with a live person and book it, right? Like we've seen all this. So we know it can communicate with us. We know it can be a resource in all kinds of like semi-human ways, but there's just no way for it to, because it's code at the end of the day, we set the parameters, and even parameters that have bugs, like they're not bugs that allow it to like take over.
Right.
They just break it in one way.
Yeah,
or
they probably
another.
just stop working.
Right, exactly. So it's so anyway, I look forward to, that and the power of, so Facebook has a powerhouse of data that does have good overall, I think, and I hope, good intentions, as most do for the most part, outside of outside of selling data, which we don't know anything about, but or trading data or whatever. But like, I think that the whole marketing experience is going to start to also be really rad. Already are retargeting advertisements online like really successful and like really helpful, right? If we're
Do you
looking
have
on
that boner
Amazon,
noise?
right? No, but
Dink. That's what
Actually,
I
have
like
to
doing.
change
But
some
yeah,
things around.
for work, I do like that because I it feels like black magic, but I know it works.
yeah, and I mean, think about like Amazon. What's Amazon's homegirl called? Alexa. So think about Alexa, right? Connected to Amazon. Like, oh man, we're out of pens. Hey Alexa, order pens. Oh man, like we're gonna do this. Like, if you have like Alexa and Google like getting over the fact that it's transcribing us and listening to us, like as long as we're not like,
$50 hockey
laundering money or doing some heisty stuff, I feel like whatever for the most part.
Right.
Saved a guy from a murder case.
Right. Dude,
falsely accused.
Yeah.
Dude, homegirl crazy wife got crazy and said,
Yeah.
hey, I love that story.
That's
I told my wife that story. I said, don't get any ideas.
and
I
she's
loved
like,
it.
unplug.
I'll know when to have this conversation.
Yeah, I don't have one
Can
of
I
the...
just say one thing?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
I think it all comes down to who's in control of the information.
Good point. Who are the
do you
technology
trust
powerhouses?
Who are
this
the ad
person?
wizards?
Is it a good person or a bad person? Because if it's bad, then you can't even imagine the things they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just going to be like, okay, it's good,
Maybe it's Thanos.
I trust whatever, then
I wish there was like right now what we don't have defined. Right now, what we don't have defined is like an alternative track, right? Like we only can be on the grid, or like for lack of a better word. And I guess you could
Just
also
bend over and take it.
But we got. I mean, I think we just have to realistically define the worst things that can happen in the foreseeables, and kind of know where the balance is going to be. But
So here's the pragmatic advice, because we got 1 minute left.
Work it.
Is question any of this stuff you're giving your information on, right? You look at any social media, be careful about, just question it instead of just filling out all your info, all your Amazon info, 23andMe, those things.
mm-hmm.
To me, seem super cheap. I wonder why. Same with Alexa. It's a $50 AI hockey puck. The thing can understand your voice versus my voice.
Yep,
Because
correct.
if I'm the owner of it,
Correct.
we paid for this voluntary to give this information away.
Correct. We're
So
giving
just try
all
to
of this
be
away.
street smart about it. I
Yep,
say, like,
correct.
the almost opposite way of looking at it is look at it like someone that like hates technology and is like, why the fuck do I need that?
Dude, think
right?
about being a kid and having the minimal parental controls, or whatever level of parental controls. You just have to know how to work the system a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to know that, like, this is the code to do this. Like, I can only do this at that time.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, right on.
All right.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Ching, ching, no worries.
What about my sweat equity?
HenryAllday.io for your web and app
Sweat
needs.
equity.
Thanks, gang.
My sweat equity.
Just drop mad knowledge.
What about my sweat equity?